Yeah,
I'm working on time.
I'm upset.
Right. So it's been 2 hours since the event happened, but I'm still fucking livid. This was like the worst, I guess 30 minutes of my life, these 4 games. I'm gonna be showing you 2 of them and telling you why it's pretty bad for me. So enjoy, man. I saw lots of mistakes here from the very beginning. So we were kind of late to the battle with Rusty. He was out, and then the dance started calling, and then I started pointing things out, and then man just jumped in the middle, and how does that work? Not sure. I'm just pointing out, and it starts calling, and I'm like, okay, weird flex. So we're kind of confused here. We're like, oh, where do we go? The mediums are set up here in a position in which, from here, I don't get what Chaos the Great is going to do. With Felicia and Rusty. If we continue the game, the heavy try to get set up there with the Ashcock moving up. It's kind of dangerous, really. I feel like the Ashcock should be playing above and the two Sansa's playing below. Since the Ashcock can actually hold down on there. But yeah, I don't get why we do this setup all the times, especially since the enemies saw us do this beforehand. Like our previous game was just like this, and I'm sure that lots of people get lit. Just got the Ashcock, and I'm at this point, and they were already blind firing our position from here, just a few, and then we get told to push up without spotting anything, which was a pretty big mistake. I'm like, okay, when that happened, so I just started going because follow the caller. Then we get told to push here and up here, plus the medium tanks go here. Now this is fine, but we actually have no idea what's in this field. How can we make an informed decision about how to rush? Because if the enemy, if we are in this position with the mediums already and the enemy set up along these bridges here, the heavies are kind of powerless, because if they have medium tanks, they can just play hold on from here and try to just snipe, and it's not too good of a position to be here whilst the enemy tanks is here just sniping. And it looks sketchy on the camera, and the camera doesn't even work properly with the sniping. Yeah, so Felicia gets lit, and then he starts to bleed pretty heavily. Chaos the Great gets lit too. I get lit, so there must be a tank around here somewhere. Felicia gets hit from here, which was exactly what I was scared of. I don't get the point of him moving up to the open to contest this area, even though we can't even see. They clearly they have a T100, which means that they have the camo on us, and yeah, it doesn't really work. And then after that, we still push, and we can't really back up, and we get already striked. And then Itsuka, an average tanker, played some sketchy tanks here. I was just watching this and just cringing, man. Yeah, we get told that there's people here, but yeah, what can we do about it right now? We're just blind firing at this point, and then we get told to later in the game. We're just trying to flip average over right now, but we have the 907 here, and look at how good a position that guy is in right now. Right, so after transferring to him, look at this position against the bushes. You're gonna get it beforehand, and then he has this clear shot upon all of our heavy tanks on there, especially now as Ladan starts to push. Look at how much of a crossfire this is against the S-Conk here too. This Ladance, he's just fucked right now, because this and 7 is not playing it well actually, and yeah, this is the proper way. He has this 3 shots right now, and this one as well. So there's 2 pointed contacts in which our guys here is just powerless against. And now we play the mouse. He's out of the game. 140's out of the game. 140 can't snipe. And so the 140 doesn't really have a position here, as you can see. And this one, this 430U doesn't have the best gun either. It's a 440 gun. Doesn't really have a medium tank gun, does it? It doesn't really work. Yeah, it does have good shots here, and this position is much better than the position for 140 is in, so that's okay. But then as we go over to our S-Kongs, and where Average and I was, and Moza, we can't really do anything. And this mouse is completely out of the game here. And look at this position. This is really powerless against this, because look at how little they have to shoot at, whilst these guys have their whole tanks to shoot at. Whilst also having this constant pressure from here. And then as they start advancing, what can we do with Ladan, Supreme's War, and Itsuka, We get a few luck hits from back there, but it's just throwing 3 tanks away for free. We're just hanging over here. All they need to do is just make a push. These guys can't help. These guys are out of the game. And there's just crossfire all the way from where these guys are and up there. And now as they start to push up, they start to take this road. Then there's no point on trying to fight. And as they push in, we've already bled so much that doesn't really matter. And throughout all of this, these two mediums, I feel like was out of the game, and we just spot the T100 now. So from the first position, when we started pushing over to this, it was really game over, man. They've had their tanks set up around there. So if you were here, we could have done a counter rotation like we did the first game and tried to play that better. But yeah, at this point I was just done with it. I was lagging and stuff. And then this TP gets here and starts dueling with the 140. Then now the 140 can't really play, and we're just fucked from all sides, as you can see. It's the carnage, and this mouse did nothing this entire game. He had no impact except just dying and giving them XP. Like, we scored a few lucky hits, and that's it. There's no point, man. For this one, it really pissed me off because this was a winnable game. Like, 11 bees and too good. We cannot play them. There's no reason as to why we should be doing this almost every game. Just the strategical mistakes, you know. They start pushing over, and like, what can we do? Average fucking flipped. I'm almost dead. Itsuka's just hanging over there. As I told you, these three tanks are hanging. Moza could have played better, sure, but there's no point. Like, even if we played perfectly from back there, it's a 7v10 from this point, because these 707s are too OP from that position. What I would do from the start, if I had this exact same lineup, I would probably have sent all the mediums over here at the start. Maybe like one over here, two over here, not like a delayed push because then they get into position. Even I might not even send the mediums with the T100 being over there. Then as you can see, Ladance at the start of the game, he said, oh, this is gonna be a field thing. So maybe I would have strived to either push this or even just hold from back here and bring a different lineup, because this is a defense game, and this position right here, it's so nice to defend. Like, from these areas here, you cover from back here, back here, back here. You have a super heavy here, just holding this, and like just hold downs here. That's a good like lineup against a field rush or like this rush. It's just a crossfire fest, and honestly, we don't need to continue attacking, even though we are defending in a defending position for wargaming. Sometimes attacking isn't really defending. This one really pissed me off because I've lots of history with this map from my days in Super. This was the first map I called Cliff, and it's taken as an easy map, but it's quite counter-reflexive, like how you play it. It's about the calling, and I love it. That's why I love it. But for this one, I didn't really understand what was happening. I'll just slow this down. Since from the lineup, we brought a 2684, and they have a faster lineup than us. We have brought two S-Kongs for like no reason, I guess. And this was a defense map too, so. And just the two 140s really doesn't really work. You need like, I'm pretty sure if you're gonna make a effective MT group, you need 3 tanks in it. The 260 was also like not playing well because it's sure it has a great armor, but it's too slow to like, get into this 1-2 line. And that was the main idea with this one. But the thing that really ticked me off with this one is that as we get into here, as we get into this position here, with the 2684 and the 277s, we see that there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks. And how many do we have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 tanks here. What's the reason? Right, because we got 1 277 here for some reason, 1 S-Kong here, and double 140s. So that's 4 tanks. It's out of the game completely. To shut down with his T100. And as we continue into the game, we go in one by one whilst they were already in there. So we just got focus fired because we came later than them. Since this side gets to this engagement area faster than we do, from the green side. So this actually takes longer than this, which means that we should look to play defensive, but the order was to push. So I'm like, oh, okay, weird flex. And so we push and we got raped here. And then this original starting position from the 140s doesn't really make sense, because what are they doing here exactly? If you expect the fight to be here, what are you doing here hiding from the mountain man? They should at least start at e4, e5, because e5 does have shots to here, and it can easily flex there. But from here, you can't even shoot e5. You can't shoot this area. You can't go here. Like, what are you just doing, man? That's like a few hundred extra meters they have to travel. And then we just get raped here with the 260 playing back here because, oh, guess what? He's too slow to join the fight. And then we have the Asconk here, who's also too slow to join the fight, because who's not too slow? 277. But no, we took him out of the game, we played him above, and look at this Asconk just trailing behind, because he's too slow to play this. And I don't get why the 140s, what are they doing messing around there, man? Let me just even pause and look at this. This just makes no sense to me. They're bleeding from this 277, or like from this T100. And we have a fucking shit already, like, the circle just didn't even match up there. And then we have this guy who just controls the pace. It's a crossfire, and it's just over from this point, man. Like, it just really pisses me off because this lineup was wrong. If we're gonna play 1-2, if we're gonna play top, sure, this lineup is okay. We can flex easily with the 277s. We have mediums to flex, and we have the 264 can hold 1-2 with like the 260 or something. But what is the point of this lineup if you're gonna bring Esconk here and one Esconk there? Why are the Esconks sticking with each other? Why is this Esconk, Moza, out of the game the entire way? Because it's too slow. It travels at like 34 kilometers per hour. It's going like this. It's gonna spend like his way going like that. Whilst we're just already here, just getting raped. 7v6 clearly, with better tanks, with better guns. And it's actually no, it's not even a 7v6. It's a 5v7 because this one is just taking a shot every like 8 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever. Whilst we're just here, just going in one by one by one by one, getting raped. And that's why like we lost so hard to these guys. And Baraka he doesn't end up doing anything there. He gets fucking Amorak, but even if he didn't, like he could get like 1 or 2 shots off, sure, but the game's over by then. And Felicia just, we don't stand a chance doing this sort of push against that sort of lineup. You have to know how to read the lineup before you play the game and before you make a strat, because the strat you go over at the start of the game, it doesn't matter if their lineup doesn't match it. You have to be able to change strats on the fly. Like, I'm not gonna do a top push if they bring like 2 STRVs because the STRVs are gonna farm. No, I'm gonna go like this. But then if I brought a top push team and then they bring a 1-2 push team, I'm gonna keep doing it, you know? Even if I have a even if I have a top push and then they have like 2 STRVs, I also do a 1-2 push. Because why? Because that would work better against the 2 STRVs. Our starting positions really took 4 people out of the game, man. Like really, the 277, Esconk, and the double 140, they're completely out of the game. The only ones who were playing is D6 against like these like 8. They only had the T100 there, and even the bad chat managed to join in with the main fight. So really, man, there was no chance. Right, so I'm like halfway through like fucking editing this shit, and I'm like, that's kind of harsh, you know. I just watched it through, just clipping it, and like, that's kind of harsh. Like, I don't mean any like disrespect or like this. It's not a diss track, a diss video, and like Rusty, man, I love you. I'm just like pointing out some mistakes, just letting you know, because I think I went a little bit too hard on that one. So yeah, man, don't get too mad, okay? Thanks.